I have never played Minecraft before, and in today's video I'm going to be playing Minecraft for the first time ever. I'm going to give myself 1 hour to complete these 4 objectives. 1. Find a village. 2. Craft a tool set. 3. Kill my first mobs. And 4. Build a house. Let's get into it. As soon as I spawn in, I instantly acknowledge that the game is very beautiful with the shaders on, and then I take a look at the surrounding goofy area that they gave for some reason decided to spawn me in. And yeah, after making sure of my surroundings, I see my first tree and I go to cut it down. After cutting down the tree, I take the oak logs and manage to make them into oak planks, which I guess is like the simplest thing to do in the game. Making some oak planks, I actually decide to cut down some grass blocks, and I actually get some wheat seeds that I'll be used farming later on. I then come back with the dirt blocks, get myself up on them and finish cutting down the tree. After finishing cutting down the tree, I take all the oak logs I took and then craft them into as many planks as I can. Then I start to cautiously look around the area before I then stop and make a crafting table by opening up the recipe book. And then I was actually surprised at how many options I currently have right now so early in the game. I make a few sticks, which then unlocks even more stuff, the tool set that I was talking about before. So I craft a few stuff like wooden pickaxe, a wooden axe, a sword to defend myself, etc. After finishing up all that, I destroy the crafting table to pick it back up, and then I go and explore this wonderful area around me. I get on top of higher areas so I could scout my surroundings better and look at this beauty. While looking around, I spot my first signs of animals, and you know what that means? Food. I killed the first pig, then the second pig, and then I was actually wondering if I could manage to swim to one of the distant areas out there. So I jump in the water, and it seems that I would drown if I managed that. So I get out of the water and go explore somewhere else for another way. While exploring along the way, I find a beautiful flower. I pick it up, but then place it back down because I think flowers are useless in this game. I don't know. It's not like they're gonna run out anyway. Along the way, I find a large pit of lava that is weirdly placed, in my opinion. As soon as I got closer to it, the grass caught on fire next to it, so I don't know if that's something I did or not, but I managed to steer clear away from it anyway, just in case. While moving along, I had my first encounter with a mob, actually. A skeleton archer that took me by surprise. I hide a bit like a coward before I remembered that I have a sword and I could outrun him, and went and attacked him. He managed to get a hit on me, but I wailed on him and he's dead, getting me the achievement Monster Hunter, the first achievement that you get when you kill a mob. Right after that, I kid you not, I found a village with a villager overlooking me on like hill above in sort of like a movie fashion. So I tried to move up to the guy and maybe try to establish a conversation with him. I tried right clicking on him multiple times, but he's like and he doesn't want to talk to me, so I just moved on to actually explore the village. And yeah, that is the first objective of the video done, to find a village. I organized my inventory a bit. In like the first 5 minutes of the video, I completed 3 of the 4 objectives, so yeah, this video is not going to be very long, is it? Anyway, I remember that I need to make iron tools by now, so I get out my wooden pickaxe, mine as much stone as I can, getting the Stone Age achievement. I went out and explored the village, and it's actually very beautiful. Like, I really love the design. It's very simple, it's very basic, and I actually go into one of the houses and like steal multiple stuff from them anyway. I went into the first house thinking it was very beautiful and there was a bed, so eventually I stole the bed and moved on my way. For some reason, all the villagers were like grouped outside. All of them were like doing the ha thing, and they were like staring at me for some reason most of the time. It was like really weird. I saw the iron golem who looked like he could beat my butt up, so I steered clear of him and made sure to be on my best behavior. But weirdly enough, he didn't actually have any problem with me stealing one of the beds, so maybe he's like bribed or something. I go out again to the beautiful vista where my PC was heavily lagging because of the shaders. I found some hay bales and I actually stole it because I was hungry, duh, and what are they gonna do about it? I dismantled the hay bales into some wheat, which I eventually make into bread so that I don't starve myself. I didn't take all the hay though, I'm not a monster. After getting done with all that, I thought that this would be a pretty nice place to build the house. So I started getting work on it, but eventually I dismantled the house anyway because I didn't like the location of it. I put a cobblestone lining around the oak plants, then started working on the walls. It was getting pretty dark and I wanted to get some more wood, but I couldn't manage because the trees were kind of weird, so I just got kind of scared and went back looking at the beautiful moon on my way, and then I went into some random villager's house and slept there. And for some reason, as soon as I woke up, there was like a baby villager spawning right where I was. So did my character get pregnant or something? Anyways, day 2, I move out into the beautiful day once more, and I actually dismantle the house and then move on to my way. I know I keep saying it, but genuinely props to whoever made these shaders because they are very gorgeous and I would not be playing Minecraft otherwise, probably. Anyways, moving alongside, I found some wildlife, some chickens. I picked up a few eggs and I got the cake recipe, which is pretty interesting that there's pastry in the game. So I don't really see how that it could be feasible. After that, I found some pumpkins, which I could actually make pumpkin pies from, which was also very interesting to me. After that, I found some cow, which I think is a Highland cow because of the horns and the fur and skin they got. I give it a little kiss and move on to my way. I actually find some copper, which I do not know what's the practical use for, and I find some coal, which I do know can be used to craft torches and be used as a enkindling for the furnace when we eventually get it, although I didn't know how to make a furnace. After mining the copper and the coal and some stone, I actually spot like a weird green thing, which it's like emerald green, sea colored. I thought I could pick at it with my stone pickaxe, but after I picked at it, it suddenly just like evaporated into thin air. I honestly do not know what the hell that was about, so if you do know, please tell me in the comments because I genuinely do not know. After that, I made a little bridge and decided to keep, and then I found more coal and some iron actually. So yeah, we're very close to getting an iron tool set already. It's actually 12 minutes into the game now and I've gotten all this stuff. This is not scripted, by the way, I swear to you, all this stuff just randomly spawned me here. After getting that done, I started exploring a bit more and I actually found a large herd of cows. So I naturally killed 2 of them for cowhide and beef. And after that, I kept walking a bit more and I actually found a large drop into a body of water. And in real life, I actually have a fear of water that's as deep as this and of heights like this. So I was like, whatever. I jumped in and I really regretted it as soon as I jumped in because I got really scared and then I got out of the water. After I got up, I started walking around a bit more. I wanted to swim further away from this spawn point, but I remembered that I would be drowning by the half of it. So I remembered that I actually could also make a boat. So I made a boat and started rowing towards another part of the region. After that, I took the boat and started walking even further. I found a large plain area and I was pointing at a place to make a base at. Then I started walking towards there and I actually found another village. I slept there the night and then I woke up, stole their food and moved on my way. Getting out of the house, I actually spotted the creeper, which is like the mascot of the Minecraft franchise, and he literally blew up in my face. Such a loser. And there was also a skeleton archer which died on its own. It didn't do that before, like in the shadow, so I'm assuming it was because of the sun or something. I kept exploring a bit more until I found a house with something called a smoker, I think. It had a chimney attached to it, so I don't know if this is where you cook food, but I left it alone. I didn't want to steal that. Moving alongside the bridge that was next to the house, I found like a weird castle-like structure that had like an alchemy table at it. I did not understand a single thing, so I just moved on. I did, however, find a blacksmith's house with 2 furnaces, so I stole one of the furnaces, and bro was literally like sitting on the table meditating. What an actual trooper. Inside the chest that was in his store, I found some iron boots, some iron horse armor, a satchel that I assume I can store stuff in, and 2 iron ingots that would be very useful later on. Honestly, so far, I don't know if I have like the luck of Dream, haha, get it, as in cheating, or like at this point with this spawn, how lucky I got. I don't know like what happened while I was creating the game. It's as if the game actually knows that I'm making a video on it, so that it showers me with all this lucky stuff. Anyway, stealing the furnace, I moved on past this village and I went to the giant hill-like area once more. While doing that, I actually found some horses, and if the logic is like real life, horses love apples. So I kept eating some apples to a horse, and I honestly did not know if it was working or not because he wasn't really reacting other than nodding his head in a chewing motion. So then I eventually just start to, try to jump him, is to tame him, which eventually works, and I was really surprised because it was a really adorable horse in my opinion. Now here's the thing, I gave him the horse armor and I remembered that I actually had a saddle for him because he didn't want to move while I was trying to make him move. So I gave him the saddle, but I did not have a rope to tie him, which was gonna be a problem later on. Let me tell you, I was surprised at how fast this horse was because he was moving like at least 3x my speed while moving before. So I ride the horse until I find actually another village, and let me tell you, this village was genuinely gorgeous. It is the best one I've ever seen. I stopped and took a moment to admire the place, and I was like, yeah, I have to build my house right here. It does not matter. I started looking for something to tie my horse with, which i.e. the rope, which I obviously do not have. So I just decided to trap him in some oak. It took a few tries to align him correctly, but eventually it did work, and I started exploring the rest of the village to scout the area where I actually wanted to build the house. While exploring the village, I steal some of their food, specifically a watermelon, and I ate it. Apparently it was like really delicious to my character or something. I started cutting down some trees just in preparation. After that, I found like a really cute cat that for some reason did not want to be my friend, which I'm assuming is because I was chasing it around like I was trying to kill it. But anyway, after that, I found a nice spot to build my house in, and the iron golem was hanging around there, so he was protecting me, I guess. I started getting the foundation on, which I was kind of stupid while doing it because I kind of fell down and hurt myself for no reason. I wanted to go for sort of like a Nordic longhouse design, which I don't know if I actually did a good job of. I just did the foundation like this. I put down a few torches and there was like a zombie fighting me, so I just killed that and moved on. A brown sheep came to hang around while I was building the house, and I took some logs, like actual logs, and started using them as pillars, which I think really looked nice in my opinion. While the iron golem was still around, I started cutting up some more trees, trying to squeeze in a bit more building before eventually zombies and skeleton archers, I assume, would come in and like try to kill me. And I called it because a zombie and a creeper actually came to fight me, and these guys were so annoying, following me around some distance away, and then I started attacking the creeper. I got damaged while fighting the zombie. The zombie died, the creeper died, and then there were 2 other zombies. There was like a stupid horde coming after me. They almost killed me, they got me down to like half health, but then I handled them anyway. After that, I went to sleep next to some random villager's house. I slept right beside him. The next morning I organized my stuff even more and finally put down a furnace for food so that I could heal from the damage I took from last night. I put down a chest and then put everything unwanted and I wouldn't use immediately in there. Then I ate the pork chop, and then I came back to the house and started to build once more, and hopefully this time I actually finish it. I went to chop down some more trees because I always run out of wood very easily. After being finished with the first layer of the wall, I started work on the second one. I actually took a quick detour and I found a merchant villager who wanted emeralds. I guess emeralds are the currency in this game, and I actually didn't know that trading was a thing, which is pretty cool, but it seems like the stuff he had was kind of useless. But then I actually found an emerald and some leather gear, so I stole all of that. Then I went to another house and found some bread and other things, so I stole that too. Then I went back to chopping down more trees for the house. After I was done with the walls, I wanted to make like sort of windows, but then my stone axe broke on the first block, so I went to get some more stone and then made another axe and then kept working. Eventually I wasn't really happy with the results of what the roof was looking like, so I demolished 4th layer of the wood, and I actually lined it with cobblestone there instead. And after getting done with all of that, I wanted to make pillars to not make the house so floaty. So I made these weird cobblestone pillar patterns. I think they look okay, to be honest. After that, I got on a dirt pile and I started finishing the roof. Then when it came to be night, I put on some torches around my house as to not attract any mob spawns. And then I just stopped to look at this stunning, gorgeous aurora. I got some more wood, finishing the entrance of the house with the acacia log. Finalized it by making a door and then getting to bed. And I was pretty okay with my house as the final result. As you can see, that is a beautiful view right there. It really is. Okay, now let's recap what we did throughout this hour-long recording, and I'm gonna give my opinion on the game so far. Okay, so yeah, my opinion on the game is that it's very chill. It's very nice. There isn't really a lot of stress involved. It's just basic stuff. I literally got all 4 main objectives done in less than an hour, which is insane to think about. You don't really see that with other games at all, especially competitive games. But yeah, my opinion on Minecraft so far is genuinely like a 7, maybe an 8 out of 10 so far. I don't have really any strong opinions other than that it's very chill, again, a relaxing game with not much to stress about. I don't know if it's just because I'm, very early into the game or whatever, but I hope that it gets more intense. Not intense in like a competitive bad way, but intense like there's actually more tension going on around the world, and if there's a story in the game, because I actually do not know if there is a story to this game. But yeah, it's a very cool game. If you've never played it before, which I heavily doubt, I think you should check it out. You might like. So yeah, final verdict, about 8 out of 10. Not a strong 8 though. If you have any tips and tricks that you would have for a new player like me, genuinely, any help could be amazing. I genuinely do not know anything about this game, and I don't know how this video would turn out. I hope it does well, at least. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, like and subscribe for more videos like these, and peace.